up, everybody? My name is Michelle. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah. Today's video is me talking about why I think Prague is the best city ever. Now, before I get started, I will say I am a little biased. My parents are from the Czech Republic and my grandparents live in Prague, and I just have so many memories of coming here as a kid and picking mushrooms and going downtown when it wasn't nearly as crowded, and just all the like good childhood feels I have come from this place. So yeah, Nolan's here with me. Anyways, I'm not going to ramble on about my childhood. I'm going to give you guys 10 reasons why I think Prague is the best city ever. And yeah, maybe you guys agree. We'll see. Let's just get on to it. I feel like reason number one is pretty obvious. Prague, if you've ever seen it, seen pictures, been here, it's just a beautiful city, and I'm so proud to call it home. We don't live right in the city, we live on the outskirts, but we are super close, and just walking in downtown Prague just feels like a fairy tale. The architecture is so beautiful, it's so historic, it's like gothic and dark and cool, but it's also very like homey and villagey and cottagey, and there's a good mix between like the old and the new. There's also modern sculptures and really modern buildings, so it's a good mix between the old and new. One of the main reasons we love this city so much is because of how family friendly it is. Even if you're living downtown, there's always playgrounds and parks, and you always see so many strollers and little babies riding around on like these little bicycles or scooters, and it's just very family friendly. You can access the subway, buses, trams, at least most of them. The newer modern ones are always going to be accessible by stroller or wheelchair, and yeah, that just makes it much easier for families to travel around the city. Speaking of public transportation, Prague's public transportation system is awesome. You can get pretty much anywhere you need to go by tram, by metro, by bus, by train. Even if you live outside the city, we live just outside of Prague, and we can get downtown in 25 minutes by train, no problem. On top of that, it's also just super affordable, even if you're just traveling for the day or if you're getting like a year pass, it's very, very cheap. The food is also so good. I never hear expats raving about Czech food, but I love Czech food, and it's probably because the best Czech food you can find will always come from babička's kitchen, a grandmother's kitchen. If you know any Czech friends, just be like, hey, can your grandma cook me some food? That's always where you're gonna find the best Czech food. You're gonna find goulash, lots of sauces, lots of dumplings, lots of meat. It is very heavy, but it's so delicious. That brings me on to the next thing I love about the Czech Republic, and that is the beer. You need a good beer to wash down all that food, and beer, if you've researched the Czech Republic at all, you've probably heard this fact, and it is in fact true, that beer is cheaper than water here, and it's not some Bud Light, it's not some Natural Light, it is some good Czech beer. Don't try and out drink a Czech person. Just don't even go there. The beers here, you might taste them and think, oh, just like a regular beer, like it's good, but no. It's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit you hard. Another thing I love about Czech is, of course, the Czech people. I can see maybe how you might think at first that they are a little cold and kind of like shut off, but that's just them, and really they're not that way at all. I think once you get to know Czech people, they are very easygoing, very relaxed. I don't think I've ever met like a super uptight Czech person, and I know quite a few. They also have this kind of like dark, sarcastic humor. This is my face. These are my people. Anyways, overall, Czech people are great, and they're also just super hospitable. Like, I'm sure if you did find somebody's grandma, they would be offering you like crazy amounts of chlebičky. Like, if you were to come to my grandma's house, she would have like tons and tons and tons of food, and like she would be like offended if you didn't eat it. Like, she'd be like, what's wrong with this person? Why aren't they eating? Do they not like it? Should I get them something else? I can make them something else. I have this and I have this, or I can make this. They're the best. They are very friendly once you get to know them. Another amazing thing about the Czech Republic is the location. Hello, you're in the middle of Europe. When we lived in Minnesota, in the middle of America, it took us maybe like 8 hours drive, 10 hours drive to like Colorado or Chicago. No places really that I have interest going to, but in the Czech Republic, you're right in the middle. You can get to like Switzerland in like, I want to say 8 to 10 hours, that somewhere in that range. You can get to Paris, you can get to Italy, you can, like, I will take any of those drives all day long. Yes, yes, yes. It's just great location. The cost of living here is also relatively cheap. Considering that you are in a major European city, you can get a pretty nice place for a pretty low cost. And the same goes with going out to eat. There's very cheap food, and that makes fine dining super fun because it's actually like affordable, and you can go like somewhere nice and not feel like you're spending $200 on a meal. Lastly, there is a really great expat community here. There's a lot of English-speaking people. I think that makes it much more easy to get a job or find a job, and it also helps if you're like bilingual, trilingual, and you'll find a lot of that here in the center of Prague. It is super helpful to pick up a little bit of the language to kind of just, you know, make friends with the locals. But I think you can be here and still make it your home and find friends, and that if you are coming from a different place and moving to Prague, just makes it a lot more comforting. That about wraps up this video. I have like 2% left on my camera, so I'm trying to talk really fast. Please consider subscribing to this channel if you guys like what you saw. And yeah, I have like 6 subscribers right now, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys help me grow this channel, and just, you know, that's like really unmotivating, 6 subscribers. Anyways, help a girl out. Like, subscribe, comment below more video ideas for me. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I will see you guys next time. Nashledanou, and if you're visiting Prague, have an amazing time and just enjoy it. Bye.